Posted by you/special_childhood_43. I, 42F, have been with my boyfriend, 36M, for over a year, and the relationship has been pretty drama-free so far. For the past 6 months, he has been spending roughly 6 out of 7 days at my place with me and my kiddo, 6M, from a previous relationship. We mostly hang out here because I need to be there for my kiddo and because he has roommates, whereas I don't. To be clear, I love having him around. A few months after he started spending so much time here, I asked him to start helping with the household chores, but only the ones he contributes to, cleaning and garbage or benefits from, laundry, cooking, and using my car. I do the vast majority of the work associated with my son, as well as most of the overall household tasks. Really, I only ask that he takes care of the garbage, helps with the car since he uses it, and assists with occasional deep cleaning. He agreed initially but asked me to ask him directly to do these things, which I do. I've even started making lists. However, he often forgets or puts off the chores for so long that I end up doing them myself. His argument for not doing the chores is that he also has to maintain his own apartment and is making a sacrifice by not being at his place, where he can pursue his hobbies. So, in effect, his contribution is simply being here. Just to be clear, we both work full-time, work from home, split mutual costs evenly, and money is not the issue. Things blew up yesterday after I had a hard day at work and with the kiddo. He is in the process of changing jobs and doesn't have much to do at work, so he has been gaming for 6 to 8 hours a day this week. I found it really frustrating that I was struggling to get the laundry and cooking done while juggling the kid and work, and he was gaming on the couch all day. He got angry when I brought it up. I think I could have been a little less snarky, and said that I don't acknowledge the sacrifice he is making by being at my place, adding that the benefit he gets from my work is negligible since I would have to do laundry and cook for myself and my son even if he weren't here. Since the problems we are having are roommate problems and not romantic partner problems, I suggested we go back to just dating so that we can each have our own space and he can pursue his hobbies at his place. He got really angry and accused me of trying to end the relationship. Am I wrong here? Commenter. He lives in your home 86% of the time, so he should be doing about 43% of the cooking, washing up, cleaning, vacuuming in areas he uses, and taking out the garbage, minus the part that involves cleaning up after your son, though most partners would help with that or encourage your son to do what he can if he's still up when your boyfriend is there. Your boyfriend is benefiting from having meals cooked for him and a clean, warm home where he spends most of his time without taking on any real adult responsibilities or effort. He's using your utilities and home as if it's a maid service or hotel. He's got his feet well and truly under the table here, enjoying an on-site maid and chef, and is probably hoping you haven't noticed. Him saying how lucky you are that he's staying there is straight up on behavior. He's free to go back to his own place anytime. I think your plan of him returning to his own place more often is spot on. When he comes over, he should take turns cooking and cleaning up the kitchen, or he doesn't come over for dinner. He can do his laundry at his own home, and there's no need for him to use your car or get girlfriend taxi service. He should also take his showers at his own place or take turns cleaning the shower and bathroom. My motto, use it, clean it. Ops response. Thanks for your comment. I appreciate your perspective. For me, it's obvious that if you contribute to the mess, you contribute to cleaning it. Even when I'm a guest at someone's house, I feel uncomfortable if they're working and I'm not. I understand that not everyone grows up with this expectation, but we've talked about it multiple times, and I just don't know what else to do. I've expressed before that not having a partner contribute equally is a hard limit for me, and it's not something I can imagine long term. Thanks for confirming that I'm not the only one who sees it this way. Commenter. What does he mean when he talks about the sacrifice he is making by being at your place? Ops response. Apparently, he wants to have all his stuff around so he can pursue his hobbies. He could bring his guitar, but honestly, I don't have space for his gaming PC or huge TV. He has his PS5 here and uses my TV, and his tablet and gym equipment are here as well. I don't really buy this excuse 100%. I don't give up all my hobbies to spend time with him, and I would never expect him to do so for me. That's not healthy. I miss him when I don't see him, but it also gives me time for self-care and individual time with my kiddo, which is important. It's not like I'm insisting that he be here all the time. Maybe he misses having his own space, which I could understand, but I would never be upset if he needed some time for himself. I can keep myself busy. Update 4 days later. Hi all, I wanted to give a quick update because I really appreciate all the thoughtful comments that came in. They really helped me clarify my own position. Also, the events of the past few days have blown my mind, though in a positive way. No, nothing as dramatic as me checking his phone and finding out he's cheating. We had a long talk yesterday about what had happened and where we saw potential conflicts. Throughout the conversation, I felt very frustrated because I didn't feel that I was being heard and understood. His comments largely focused on me needing to ask him, which I interpreted as him shirking the mental load of household chores. At some point, I mentioned that I had asked him repeatedly to take out the trash, but he disagreed and said I had only asked him once. We went back and forth on this for a while until I realized that, aside from my initial request, I had never directly asked him again. I had implied that the trash was getting full, commented on the swarm of fruit flies, and looked pointedly at the overflowing trash can, but the only request he had actually understood was the direct verbal one I had made. I had mentioned in the comments that we both suspected he might be on the spectrum, but I didn't fully understand what that really means. When he told me to tell him directly, he was literally explaining that he doesn't understand nonverbal cues or implied messages, only directly formulated language. We agreed that we would work on getting him a diagnosis and helping him find tools to better understand nonverbal communication, while I would focus on verbalizing my feelings more explicitly. I think this is a positive step, not only for our relationship but for him in general. Navigating the world while missing half the information that most people seem to implicitly understand must be pretty overwhelming. I'm sure this update doesn't fit the typical Reddit mold. No police were called, and there was no fistfight, but this change in perspective is blowing my mind. It makes me wonder how many other interactions I've had where I assumed people were being intentionally obtuse or lazy, when in reality, we were just speaking different languages. I'm not naive enough to think that a diagnosis will solve all our problems or that this might not later emerge as an incompatibility we can't overcome, but I see it as an avenue to pursue a solution. I've also let him know that I will still call him out for being lazy, but I'll just have to do it very explicitly. So that's it, we'll see where the journey goes from here. If anyone has had similar experiences, I'd love to hear about them. Commenter. So, he's still putting the full burden of housework and its management squarely on your shoulders. This isn't the victory you might think it is. He doesn't want a partner, he wants a mother, and he successfully convinced you that he doesn't have to step up at all. Autism is not an excuse for being lazy, and by accepting this, you're doing a disservice to the autistic community. Many autistic people manage their responsibilities just fine, and this shouldn't be used as a justification for neglecting basic adult duties. Ops response. Oh, I'm not that naive. If he doesn't step up consistently, I'll be nagging, and since that's what he claims to need, I won't feel bad about it. But instead of making indirect comments, I'll be very direct, telling him to take the trash out right that instant, because any implied hints or nonverbal communication will just go over his head. So, I'm not excusing him from doing chores, he still has to do his part, but I won't hesitate to speak up directly when needed, and I won't feel any shame in doing so.